ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's the final Raw before WrestleMania itself, WrestleMania 38. It's just around the corner. It's on Sunday and Saturday, actually. It's going to take forever. But before then, we have two more shows to get through, and this is the first one, Raw. Tonight, some big things happening, some small things happening, some exciting matches as well, to be fair. And we're here to go through it all. Welcome. I hope you're all good. I hope you're all having a grand old time and you're excited for Sunday and Saturday. I keep saying Sunday because, you know, pay-per-views and that. Shout out Deckers, hello. And shout out Andromeda G. I hope you're both well. I hope you're both good. So, let's go through it. We have a packed show. Starting off with what I suspect will be Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. It said that Roman Reigns will be here tonight, despite being a SmackDown guy. They, of course, have the biggest WrestleMania match of all time that it deserved 4 air quotes, apparently. That's what I've gone with, 4 on that one. That's happening on Sunday. That's the main event of the whole thing. And Roman Reigns, despite being a SmackDown guy, is going to be here to face down with Brock before the big event itself. Also going on, we have a tag team, well, not a tag team championship match. It's both sets of champions. So we have RK Bro versus the Usos, the Raw tag team champions versus the SmackDown tag team champions. That's also going on. We also have an 8-woman tag team match, and that's Carmella and Zelina, Queen Zelina, even the Raw or the general WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. They're tagging with Shayna Baszler and Natalya to face Sasha Banks, Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan, alongside Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis versus the Street Profits, Montez and Angelo Dawkins. They're, of course, in the Raw Tag Team Championship match at Mania, and Rey Mysterio is looking to take on The Miz after he stole his mask. What a prick. Am I right? What a prick. So a big show, and potentially Cody. Now, I don't know if Cody's actually happening, but there's a lot of talk about the fact that, you know, Cody was going to debut the week of Mania, whether that means tonight, because he's apparently rocking up on the Raw brand to face Seth Rollins, whether that means he's going to rock up at Mania itself and there'll be something to set up the match tonight, whether that means it'll happen on SmackDown, whether that means it'll happen Raw after Mania, SmackDown after, whichever way round it is. We could also see Cody tonight. That's a big deal, but also a sort of nebulous thing. Will it happen? Won't it happen? Who knows? I don't. I've got no flipping clue. But we are just under 5 minutes away from the start of the show. If you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification, because there's going to be videos all this week leading up to Mania, include a watch-along tonight. I might do one on Wednesday for Dynamite. I haven't decided yet, but then there'll also be a watch-along, of course, on Friday for SmackDown. I'll probably do Rampage straight after it. And then Saturday and Sunday themselves, WrestleMania. I will be here live the entire 2 nights, and I'll be very tired. So make sure to come join me, come get involved with that. So if you haven't already, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on future videos, and like the video, because that really helps. Anyway, let's talk about it. Cody, will it, won't happen? I don't know. I can't really decide. I suspect there'll be something to set it up, but probably like a guest appearance, for example, like the Hardys. Like the Hardys on at WrestleMania a couple years ago when they first came back out again. You know, when that happened, potentially we could get something like that again. The guy rocking up on the night to do it. Will he want it? I don't know. We'll find out. I doubt it will happen tonight for some reason. It's just in the back of my brain is not possible. I'm not certain, no. I'm genuinely not certain. I would love it to happen. I'm interested to hear what his theme song it will be. Apparently, he has access to the song that the song that he's been using before. Potentially could use it here as well. Stuff like that. I don't know. There's lots at play here. There is a lot at play here. It is, of course, live on BT Sport in the United Kingdom. If you're in America, it is on it's on Fox. No, it's on the USA Network. Sorry, SmackDown is on Fox. So make sure to get involved and see it live. Let's find out what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Not gonna lie. It's weird. The build-up to WrestleMania has been a bit weird this year. It hasn't felt as hype-inducing as usual. Usually by this point, I'm like pretty excited, even if I think, you know, there's a struggle with certain people on the card. There's certain matches on the card I'm not really vibing, whatever. Usually, I'd be like, there's something there. There's something there where I'm buzzing for it. And I'm not excited because I am. It's Mania. It's the big one. I'm always a little bit giddy about it. But realistically, there's not a huge bunch happening this year. There's not been these massive. It's not been massive matches. It feels like a lot of the biggest matches that have been promoted have been the ones with celebrities in them. It feels like the biggest match, obviously, apart from Roman versus Brock, which no one can ever escape forever. That's just going to be the forever match that we're literally never going to have to stop talking about until it happens. And even then, it'll probably be both nights of the shows the week after. It's just going to be that. Given Brock's the champion, we know he's going to be around for at least, we're going to have the waves of this match happen for a while after. But realistically, there's not a huge amount. That I don't know. It's just not a massive. There's good matches. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair, super good. That should be great. The Usos versus Nakamura and Rick Boosh could be fun. New Day versus Sheamus, Rich Holland has at least something because Butch is in there. Butch, come on, Pete. What a terrible name. An ill-fitting hat. That's my bigger problem with that. Is the hat doesn't fit. We can go on about how bad the name is, and the name is bad, but my God, the hat not fitting is a problem. RK Bro versus Street Profits should be a very good match. Edge versus AJ Styles could be an absolute banger. And then Brock versus Roman should be very good. But there isn't anything this time that's really screaming out to me. Even the return of Stone Cold is a bit like... All right, Ray, how are you, bro? Hope you're good. Even that is like... I'm excited to see it, but I've seen so many of these like Attitude Era returns that it kind of, I'm just like, if they just went, he's having a match, then it would be a different story entirely. And because unlike Ray, I'm not lucky enough to be able to go to the actual show itself. Now, if I was going and they said Stone Cold was going to be there, different story. I'd be losing my mind. But if they just came out and said, and it seems like it is probably going to be a match, but if it came out and said there's going to be a match, then it would be a different story. But a segment, as much as I love KO and Kevin Owens is my guy, I don't know. I just want something a little bit different, I don't know. There's something about this Mania that hasn't been as insane as usual, but I can't act like Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville won't probably be stupid fun. I can't act like Pat McAfee. I'm excited to see in the ring again. He was great in NXT. I'm not going to act like, I'm not excited for these things. It's just, you know what I mean? Anyway, show is about to begin. I'll try and talk you through exactly where I'm at because I will be delayed because of technology. That's how that works. We're getting the then now forever sign, which is very confident from WWE, isn't it? Just forever. I mean, it will outlast everything, won't it? Vince McMahon will specifically outlast everyone. That man will never die. I refuse to believe Vince McMahon will acknowledge death at any stage in his life. He's just going to continue to survive forever and ever and ever. And I don't. You can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell me otherwise. The WrestleMania RAW. Ray, if you're still watching, by the way, when are you going? When are you leaving the country? And when are you coming back? Because I need to figure out spanners, if you're still watching those. Brock Lesnar's theme song is hit. A classic. Excellent start. Lesnar is here. Cowboy Brock walking out. Big hat, big belt, big man. big man. Is this the best version of Brock there's ever been? Like, obviously not. But at the same time, I kind of love it so... I just love it so much. It reminds me of Biker Taker. You know when someone's just so good and so big and so, like, unstoppable that they can just do literally anything they want and no one can stop them. They could just come out dressed how they like, doing whatever sort of character work they want, and everyone's just like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. And I respect it. Oh, WrestleMania Raw, and we have Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Well, Michael Cole just sat there. Corey Graves is obviously always on here, but Michael Cole is there just because there isn't enough men behind this table. Corey Graves awkwardly having to sit off to the side of the table. There's obviously constant stories about him potentially coming back to the ring. Don't think it'll happen anytime soon, but still. Getting a replay of what happened on Friday night on SmackDown, where Brock tried to kill Roman Reigns with a forklift truck. Which is, to be fair, I think probably my favourite part of this feud. A chink in the Reigns armour. The armour of the big dog. Scared of a cowboy, no less. Scared of a man who walks around in a sort of plaid t-shirt with its arms cut off. I would be too. I would be too. He came back with a top knot, which is a scary prospect. That's a man who doesn't care. That's a man who sees your ideas and he's not interested. All right, he sees your little plans and he's not interested. He just wants to live on his ranch and do some farming, and yet you step to him. And now he's back wearing dungarees. Scary. Walking about with a pickaxe, just attacking vehicles. It's weird as well. This match is another one of those ones where it's like, I feel like I should be unbelievably hyped. I mean, look, they're giving it the biggest match of all time, as they like to call it, right? Or whatever they call it, whatever the exact phrasing is. They bloody love it, all right? They want it to be huge. They want it to be an all-time thing. But I find it difficult to get super invested in it. And as much as I flipping love Lesnar right now, and I do, I find it difficult to be fully invested in it when I know the chances are Roman Reigns is probably going to win. It's difficult. Difficult, lemon difficult. I mean, but it makes sense, right? If you're Vince, you put all your eggs in that basket. Let's be real. You've put all your eggs in the Roman basket for almost a decade at this point. Brock Lesnar's the only guy who you've given anything apart from Roman Reigns. It's fair. I'm interested to see what they do with the championships after that. Obviously, they said it's going to be a unification thing. I'd be interested to see how that ends up playing out. Like, will Roman just be on both brands? Is that what we're going to see? I don't know. I'm interested. But Brock has the mic. And a cowboy hat. Because, it's Brock Lesnar. Does what he wants. Will he vacate it? For example? Don't know. He's doing the Paul Heyman intro for himself. Because he's him and he could do what he wants. I'll tell you what, I saw that interview he did on the Pat McAfee show like a couple of months, like last month, whenever it was. It was good. He seems like a legit dude. He said what he is good at is handing out country ass kicking because he's a cowboy. He's wearing a fur gilet. You can't tell him what to do. He's Brock Lesnar. Fur gilet. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best look I've ever seen in my life, but he's doing it regardless. It's got a little feather in his cap. Love that. He says on Sunday we're gonna take a trip down the streets of Suplex City, and then he's gonna introduce Roman to the Beast of Broadway. He's encouraging the what chants, which again, with Stone Cold coming back, not a shock. Not a shock. And they are loud. Weird camera angle tonight. I know that's something no one else cares about me, but it's just a very specific camera angle, and I'm very here for it. That's incredible. So, you know how most people can't stop the what chants? Brock Lesnar just stopped the what chant. Again, you can't stop. You can't tell the man what to do. You can't. Also, if it's one championship, will they get a new championship belt? I don't know. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. He said after Sunday night, his WWE Championship is going to get with the Universal Championship, and they're going to have a little baby, the Unified title, and he'll have full custody. Love that. He says there's no more running on Sunday, Roman. He's going to stand above him with 2 titles, and they will say, ladies and gentlemen, your brand new reigning, defended, unified heavyweight champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. And he does the little voice break as he goes, Lesnar. You love to see it. This is a better look than the Dungarees one. I'll give him that. On a tier list of Brock Lesnar, of Cowboy Brock's looks, this is relatively strong. All black. Fur gilet again, not for. You got the little cowboy cap with the feather. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Lesnar calling out Roman Reigns. He says Roman Reigns will return later on tonight. We're getting an advert for it. Would I wear it? It seems quite warm. It does seem quite warm. Do you know what I mean? On a winter's night, maybe. Would I wear it out and about as if I was trying to look intimidating? No, but I'm not Brock Lesnar, who again can do what he wants because he's very big. He's very big. But on a cold winter night, I would wear it around the house. You know, trying to be warm. It looks like something my nan would have worn. You know, living out in the countryside, it gets cold at night. You know, she'd probably put that on instead of putting the central heating on or the fires and logs in the fire or whatever. Looks a bit like that. If someone, what I'm saying is, if one of the experts on Bargain Hunt would be wearing it, I wouldn't be shocked. You know what I mean? I don't know if I know what I mean. I don't know if I know what I mean, but still. We're getting a little preview of what's happening tonight, including Seth just destroying everything. It says Mr. McMahon decides Seth Rollins' WrestleMania fate tonight. Seth Rollins wearing as weird a suit as you're ever going to see him. Out comes The Miz. Who's having a match, apparently. Big red jacket. Again, looking very warm. Lots of cozy looking people. Lots of cozy looking people tonight. I'll tell you that much. Maybe that's the vibe. Maybe that's the vibe tonight. He'll of course be facing both Dominic and Rey Mysterio in a tag team match at WrestleMania. His partner, Logan Paul. Because that's something we all wanted. That's something we all wanted. What can you do? And in the build up to it, of course, Logan Paul nowhere to be seen, but he did take Rey's mask. What a prick. What an absolute dickhead. Dickhead, mate. He's a good dickhead, and Ian is. Miz versus Mysterio. That's happening next on Raw. We'll get a nice ad break before then, though. Let's go. Let's get excited for that. And as per usual, we get the WWE 2K22 advert, which has Simon Miller's voice on it, which I'm still not used to. I'm totally okay with. Back the boy. Back the beef. At the same time, it's just very weird hearing it. It's just very weird using it. I've been surprised Logan's not been involved in the build-up that much. Like he was there in the sort of initial stages of it, right? Where it was sort of beginning to happen. They were putting it together. He appeared then. But then since then, he's just sort of disappeared off the face of the earth. And I mean, I mean, he's probably not that available. Also, he's probably got to train how to actually wrestle, to be fair. But, you know, I'm a bit shocked that he's not been in and around. I mean, what does it matter, right? He'll turn up on the night and it'll be a thing. He's also been making overtures about potentially doing this longer. I've seen some news stories in the last week about him potentially getting involved in the creative of WWE and all this sort of stuff. You know, bits and pieces. I don't know if I actually believe any of that, but I've seen lots of speak of it. It feels like a weird thing to do, and I doubt it. I think it's probably just a way of, you know, it's probably just a way of hyping up his match to some extent, I guess. But yeah, if he was thinking about any of that, it would be weird that he's just not more involved and existing in the build up of it. I don't know. Who knows? Not me. We're getting an advert with the word stupendous every 5 seconds because, of course, it's WWE. They've come up with a word. They're just going to keep using it forever and ever. I mean, he's an athletic guy, right? So it shouldn't be the worst thing. But we're gonna have Johnny Knoxville doing a match with Sammy, which should be fun because Johnny Knoxville is Johnny Knoxville. He's in the jackass, as it were, and so he'll just jump off whatever's gonna be He's jumping off something, and Sammy's great. So that's gonna be a great match. Last year, you had Bad Bunny, who apparently is actually a great professional wrestler. Who knew? So that's a whole thing going on. So, you know, is this going to match up? I don't know. It feels, it just, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel, I don't know. We're gonna get the Miz with the microphone before the match actually starts. Could this be Rey's last? Could this be Rey's last Mania as well? Thinking about it, maybe. I mean, I doubt it, but at the same time, he's getting on a bit. You know, we'll see. Hello, Clips. Hope you're good. Shout out Treneman. Do you know what I mean? Tried to change up the game. You respect it. Did it go perfectly for him? Well, you know. Also, I saw the other day, Clips, I'm speaking purely to you and no one else at this point, that Kim is going to be the headmaster in the new Waterloo Road. And I don't know how I feel about that. Still. The Miz says he gave Rey's mask last week to the greatest luchador in history, Lucha Logan. Here comes Logan Paul. Excellent. Andromeda, I would ask you to leave it out. To leave it out. Don't need that stress. Also, Logan Paul just did a cartwheel. So that's a vibe. He's wearing Rey's mask and just did a full-on cartwheel. Well, I said he hasn't been here. He's here now. He's got a mask. What more could you want? The Miz says that unmasking Rey is the most disrespectful thing he could have done to a luchador. And he says, you have to take respect. You can't just earn it. Logan looks like the biggest Wally in the world wearing that mask. And I suspect that's fine. You got to back it. You do got to back it. I understand what you mean. She came back. She was a different person. You know, she'd clearly been through some stuff when she was away in Rwanda. You know, she comes back. You know, the baby started. She's got a lot going on. Different vibe. How will she be in a new series? You know, she was very much the heart of Waterloo Road the first time around. Will she be the second time? I don't know. The Mysterios come out and instantly go for Rey. And now Rey Mysterio is stepping to Logan Paul. I'm not gonna lie, the height difference is it's significant. And then Dominic goes straight for Logan, who runs away. The Miz and Logan just escaping the Mysterios. Of course, this is going to be a match between the Miz and Rey, and now the referee has told Dominic Mysterio to get to the back. He sent him to the back. This will be Rey versus the Miz, with Logan Paul at ringside wearing a Rey Mysterio mask. And Dominic won't be by his dad's side. Ring bell rings, and it's underway even. Ring bell rings. Let's go with that. And we're underway. The Miz versus Rey Mysterio. 22 minutes in, first match. There we go. Scenes. You gotta back it on tenure, right? You gotta back it on tenure alone. Her being in charge. You know, new school. You need some old heads in there. Some people who know what's going on. Or Rey sliding straight out of the ring after the bell rings, goes straight again for Logan. He runs around and gets caught by the Miz and just drives him into the barricade. Logan Paul on the Miz on WWE is a bit mad. It's just a bit weird. The Miz. Yeah, sorry, I apologize, Andromeda. I apologize. I am talking about Mike the Miz Mizanin, a former star of The Real World on. Is it MTV? I don't remember. Logan Paul's just, I mean, listen, he's built his platform, and now he's just going to appear absolutely everywhere, and I suspect he's getting paid an insane amount of money. We're getting a Europa League advert for the quarterfinals, which West Ham are in. I don't know if you've heard about this, guys, but West Ham, massive. Don't know if you've heard about it. It's very weird seeing an advert for matches with Barcelona and West Ham being the same thing. Very weird. Very weird. You love to see it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Leon in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I can't imagine how much money Logan Paul's getting paid. Getting paid to just... I don't even know what he's going to do. Well, he took boxing seriously, right? So he'll probably get into some sort of serious shape for this. And this is easier than boxing in some respects. In that you're working together with someone. I don't know if physically it's easier, but you're at least working together with someone, so it's not the you're not just standing there by yourself getting absolutely blapped. Still. Move that there. Let me move that there. Is that right? Yeah, I'll go with that. But again, he's not Bad Bunny. And Bad Bunny last year set the standard for all celebrities to step up. Celebrities to step up in Mania matches, and he's not Bad Bunny. He was a madness. It was a madness. He was hitting moves, right? I didn't even know he could hit, or I wouldn't expect any celebrity to hit, and yet he's out here doing it. He's just built for it. As an entertainer, he's probably built for WWE. You're not wrong. He definitely is. He's got that sort of like he wouldn't work in any other wrestling promotion. Do you know what I mean? He's got that sort of like, how do I word this in a polite way? Not that I care or he cares, but he's got that kind of cheesy, he's got that kind of like, he's impossible to embarrass. I don't think he's ever been embarrassed by anything he could do, anything he has done or anything someone else could do to him. And I think in that sense, he probably fits right in. He can do that kind of like, he can do the stuff that maybe someone else would do it without losing credibility. Do you know what I mean? He's like Sami Zayn. But Sami's great. That's anything in my mind. That's a disrespect to Sami Zayn. But you understand kind of what I mean, I guess. You probably don't. I barely do. Still. Why are they showing me a Champions League advert? That's not important. It's only the Europa League now. There is no other European competition that's interesting at all. Big Mill Dong again. Oh boy. We're back. And The Miz going for Rey's mask because he's a prick. He's an absolute numpty. How dare he try and take his mask like that? Oh, Rey going flying. I still remember the time I saw Rey Mysterio wrestle live. What time that was at a UK independent show. And I was just like, it's very bloody Mysterio. The whole crowd singing Booyaka Booyaka 619 Booyaka Booyaka, but didn't know that that's my Pueblo bit, which disrespectful in my opinion. Come on now, get involved. This was just before he went back. Big knee from Rey to The Miz in the corner, who reverses it, gets him into maybe a powerbomb position. This is like the only match. Oh, the nice bounce back one. Oh, little cheeky sunset flip. Oh, 1, 2, 3. It's done. It's done. Just like that. WWE really would, if they could, just run a wrestling show with no wrestling on it. But there we go. We're back for maybe 30 seconds after having a match before that for max a minute. And Rey Mysterio rolls up The Miz. Oh, Dominic comes back and then throws Logan into the ring. He's going for a double 619 on Logan Paul, who just escapes it. But Rey pulls off his mask. He gets it back, and Logan Paul has been unmasked and looks suitably miffed. Suitably miffed. And now The Miz takes his place on the second rope. A double 619 incoming. Double 619. It cuts to Logan Paul, whose reaction was, oh, come on, man. And then Dominic Mysterio with a frog splash. Rey follows up. Hits the Viva La Raza on the top and then hits a frog splash of his own. I was going to say before the roll-up, this is like the one matchup where The Miz can look like the physically dominant person. Up against Rey Mysterio, he can lob him about. He had him up in a powerbomb position, nice and comfortably. Hits the springboard, but the roll-up, a slightly awkward build-up, slightly awkward roll-up. Still, it happens. It's there. It's there. Honestly, they would genuinely run a show with no wrestling if they could. It's hilarious to me how it works on their television shows. Obviously, the pay-per-views are a very different story, but on their television shows, it really is. The match starts, you go to an ad break, you come back, the match finishes. And there's like a minute either side. It's just hilarious to me how that works. It's like, bruv, just, what are you doing? What are you doing? It says next, we will get the Vince McMahon Seth Rollins segment. And we're back to an ad break. Next should be the Vince McMahon the Seth Rollins segment. We'll see what's happening there. Will we get the will Cody happen is what I'm saying, or will we have to wait? Rollins McMahon. Seth Rollins looking. Yeah, I mean, Vooch has got significantly better garbs. Vooch has a swag to him that Sethy Drip does not have. As much as they want to convince us he does not. You know what I mean? Vooch has his life together. On camera, at least. Look. It's not to diss Seth's got a wife, he's got a kid, he's having a grand old time. Are they married? I don't know if they're married, but he's having a grand old time. But not that I can chat. You know what I mean? If anything, insert the Vooch meme here though. You know what I mean? What a man Vooch is, by the way. What an absolute don. Hit him with a tea towel gang. Poor. It's the Wasteland remix. I haven't listened to that in like 6 months. What am I doing with my life? It's very clear it's going to be well, they could always change their minds, of course, but it's very clear it's going to be Cody at Mania. It's just when it happens. Does it happen now? Or will it be you have a match and you'll find out on the night who it's against, and then you hit wrestling has one royal family, adrenaline, that one, or alternatively, one of his old school themes, which I think, listen, if they have the ability to use his down straight, I think they're called, if he has the ability to use that theme song, bro, you got to use that theme song. It's a flex. I don't know if they will though. I think he has the rights, so he can do whatever he wants with it, I guess. But again, flex on him, put it out there for all to see. But still, who knows? Again, we're getting another Champions League advert. It's not massive. Not interested. Although I am low-key a little bit interested, I can't lie. Man City versus Atletico. That's a big match that I would watch. You know what I mean? Chelsea, Madrid. Intrigued. The other two matches, fine. We can deal with those matches. we can watch them, I guess. trying to think. I mean, how would I play this, right? Would I put... I mean, I feel like the thing is, the beauty of having an open secret is that you don't need to expose it. You don't need to, like... You have the ability for everyone to know what the heck's about to happen. And then if you don't tell anyone, then you still get the hype of that existing. And then you can still drop it on the night as like a surprise, and everyone still pops because, oh my god, now it's confirmed. Like the CM Punk to AEW thing, right? Everyone knew that was happening for weeks before, or at least a little while before, right? They knew it was going to happen, but they didn't actively say it was going to happen, so that when it happened, everyone knew it was about to happen and they got the hype of it, but you still get the pop. So maybe you do just leave it. Maybe you do just leave it. I probably would as soon as well. We're getting a Veer promo. Go on, Veer. Everyone clap Veer. He's coming. We finally got a date. Next week, Veer Mahan coming to Raw. Veer Mahan comes to Raw. He comes on Raw next week. Come on, Veer. Smart move for them. Let's be real. If you're gonna hype up someone and just get to meme quality like that, you want it to be the night where it's gonna be the most European crowd. I'm surprised they didn't go with Seth versus Kevin. I'm surprised they didn't go with Seth versus Kevin for Mania. Like, Stone Cold and Kevin, don't get me wrong. Good to see you, Ray. Hope you're good. Like, don't get me wrong. Seth versus Kevin is... Okay, Kevin getting Stone Cold thing is a grand old time. Obviously, it's a grand old time. Right? And I'm hyped for that, but I'm surprised. This felt like the match they were building to, and then they just didn't go with it. I feel like you could go with anyone else. I feel like you could put anyone in a Stone Cold position, really. I'm glad it's Kevin who's going to be in the ring, but you could be anyone. I guess Kevin's been doing the stunner for however long. I guess he's been doing the stunner for however long, but still. Fake or real one? It's a real one. We talk Woodley Roads. No one else will with me. No one else will with me, to be fair. And I guess, because Seth Cody, is there any... I guess they had this Shield versus Cody match before he left. But even then, was that Seth and Roman? Yeah, I think that was Seth and Roman. Okay, well, maybe you play into that a bit. Maybe you play into that. I don't know. But Seth freaking Rollins has been summoned by Vince McMahon. Let's see what he has to say. Will he announce his opponent? Will he just say you're gonna have a match, your opponent will be there on the night? Or will we get an announcement of it? WWE just seem to like to pre-announce these things usually. Here we go. WWE headquarters earlier today at 6:57 a.m. Get some cheesy music. And Seth or Vuj, which I'm not going to be able to see, thanks for that, with just the worst suit of all time. How does he manage to find worse and worse suits? Who makes these suits? Who makes these suits? Someone must be making them. Who is making them? Looks like one of my nans. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We've got a couple of plates that look like that, to be fair. We got a good couple. After waiting just after 2 hours, Seth gets to see the big man. First time I've seen this office since the Money in the Bank match from 2020. I am doing a live stream, and I would love you to FaceTime me, Ray. I'm 100% down for that. I will be doing it, and I'm 100% okay with you doing that. If you could get the connection. I want to see your view. That's what I'm hyped about. I want to see your view, Ray. Vince doing his best to just sort of ignore Seth, who now has feet on the table. He's got a big dinosaur like head thing on his wall. Why? Why? Hey Wally, hope you're good, bro. Hope you're well. Benjamin, hello. How are you? Seth's trying to goad Mr. McMahon here. He's asking him what he's here for. Is he going to get fired? He hit him with the "you're fired" twice. Vince is like, you're not here to be fired, mate. Vince says he's surprised that Seth didn't win his way onto WrestleMania. Lots of failures. He says, if you wanted to go to Mania, why don't you just ask? He said he's not saying if he's in or he's out, but you could have just asked him. All you had to do is ask him. Politic is what I believe what the backstage term is. Vince looks more and more like a toad every day. I love it. I'm here for it. Vince says he could have the most stupendous WrestleMania without Rollins, but he's not gonna. He says Seth frickin' Rollins is going to WrestleMania. I'll be getting more info. There was a brief Cody chant from the crowd, or at least parts of the crowd. He asks Vince who his opponent is. He says the opponent will be of Vince's choosing, and he'll know who it is when he's in the ring and he's introduced. So we won't get Cody until the night itself. If it is Cody, which it must be at this point. It is on the USA Network tonight, Wally, yes. Seth is now running around Vince's table all giddy, chanting the word WrestleMania, because apparently the obnoxious suit just matches his personality. He's now doing with the Seth Rollins laugh at a dinosaur. I don't know. Oh, he's now on the table. He's now on the table. Okay. My God. So we won't know who it is until the night itself. But it will be decided. We will find out when he's introduced. And it has to be Cody. I can't imagine it to be anyone else at this point, right? It just can't be. They've left it too long. Imagine if it was anyone else at this point. It would just be disappointing. Mad. Omos is here. He's tall. Next story. He's big. He's large. And he's big and large. Oh, he's wearing a jacket. Lots of jackets tonight. I respect it. We are getting a 2-on-1 handicap match. Omos versus, I assume, 2 people. Omos versus some people he will absolutely batter. If we're being real about it. It's not like Vince let us done with his booking. Yeah, but look, I have faith in the guy. Against the Viking Raiders, okay. I mean, that feels almost. That feels like a match the Viking Raiders should win. We know they won't, but it does feel a little bit like it's a match they should. Listen, Ray, it's gonna happen, right? He's Cody. Now, I'm not gonna put money on it because I'm not a madman, but it does have to sort of be Cody at this point. It can't not be, right? Who else could it even be? Isn't there? I saw a rumor the other day. Was it Omos against Bobby Lashley? Was that going to be at Mania or something else? Because that's not been announced, or has it? I don't know. Where is this? It looks like an outside stadium. No, it's inside. It's in Pittsburgh, I think. Is it Pittsburgh? I think it was Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My gut is saying for some reason. I might be wrong about that, Wally. But my gut for some reason says Pittsburgh. What does it say on the website? Not I can see. What if I got tickets? No, it's not selling tickets to them. Let's just say Pittsburgh, shall we? Let's just say Pittsburgh. It's Pittsburgh. I'm pretty certain it is Pittsburgh. I remember hearing that it was Pittsburgh, so I'm just gonna say it's Pittsburgh. It's in the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There we go. I can find information if I need it. Poor Viking Raiders, they haven't been booked well since. Yeah. It feels weird for them to go from, what was it, like a month ago? They had that. They were feuding with the Usos for the titles, and now they're about to get ramsacked by Omos. I don't know. It feels a bit. It feels a bit harsh. Let's say on the Viking Raiders, a little bit harsh. You hate to see it. They're very good as well. They're very, very good. Like, obviously in NXT they did brilliant things. Before they did brilliant things, but it's against Omos, so there's no hope for the Raiders. You would suspect not, Wally. The thing is, right, whenever you see a 2-on-1 match, the one person against someone who is big, like Omos, right, the big man is winning. You would suspect, if anyone, usually what they do is they'll have like a big man like Omos, and they'll have it be like against 2 people who are some random people you've never heard of, who aren't hired by WWE full time. It's like an indie person who's just there as like a one-off, right? And they get battered. The thing is, the Raiders are quite good. The Viking Raiders are pretty flipping good, right? So I feel like this should. We'll see. It's going to be Seth versus the Great Khali. Ray, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. If they did that, would I be disappointed? Yes. But would I be okay with it? Low key, yes. Get him in. Big chops. You know what I mean? Hit the big. And then no other moves. Maybe a big boot at best. Do you remember when he came back to help... Do you remember when he came back to help... What's my man's name? How have I forgotten his name? You have Heath, you have Drew McIntyre, and you have... Do you remember when he came back, though, to help him maintain the title in the match with Randy in the Punjabi prison match? What a moment that was. What a moment that was. Great Khali, come in, big chops. Mate, Great Khali versus Omos. Now that's a match. That I don't particularly want to see, but I really want to see. You know? The One Raider is pretty large. I have hopes. A's good as well. He does like... I doubt you'll get to see it, but he does these cartwheel things. He's very good. I love him. Can't remember if that one's... I think that one's Row. I can't remember. The bell goes. And straight away, Swift from the Raiders coming out, trying to take on Omos, but then a big clothesline just ends it. Jinder, thank you. You can't hinder the Jinder. Thank you very much, Jinder Mahal. My God, that was an issue. Thank you, I appreciate that. That's a disgrace for me. That one clothesline so far from Omos has Ivar. That's Eric. Eric, just on the floor. Is this going to be a count out? Is this actually going to be a count out from a clothesline? A count out win for Omos against the Viking Raiders. He hits a single clothesline and Eric goes to the outside holding his head and can't get back in. Ivar tries to get in, gets booted straight off the side of the apron, and the cheat code that is Omos has a dub, a count out victory against the Viking Raiders, former Raw Tag Team Champions. Like I said, feuded with the Usos no more than like a month ago for the titles. And they have just lost in a count-out victory from a single clothesline to Omos. We did say, Wally, they didn't have a chance. we did say they didn't have a chance. Oh, we're gonna get an interview with Omos. Here we go. My boy, my Irish boy, Patrick, in the ring to interview him. He says, is there any WWE superstar that could threaten him at Mania? Omos laughs. Says he's undefeated and he would dominate everyone. And there is the theme song of the Almighty. You couldn't write it. Or could you? You probably could. It's a good theme song. I like Bobby Lashley's theme song. I can't lie. If he's back already, it's fair play. Is Omos the largest current wrestler? Yes. Yeah, I think he's legit. For some reason in my head, I want to say he's legitimately 7'2". I might be wrong about that. I actually like Jinder as champion. Wow, that was poor. Look. Jinder was one of those things where it was like, oh, we're getting fireworks for the return of the almighty Bobby Lashley. I mean, Bobby has to win that match. He's not going to, but he has to, right? Fair play to Bobby coming back and then getting put in the ring with him. I respect it. Do you know what? Jinder, was it the worst thing in the world? I wouldn't say I was super into it. I would say that for what was going on at the time, it was a nice change of pace. That's maybe the way I would word it. I remember Jace from West Ham Fan TV being very into it. He was loving life. Bobby Lashley now with a stare down with Omos. And by stare down, I mean Omos is staring down at him. Looks at the WrestleMania sign and nods. Omos pushes him to the corner with one hand. And now Bobby goes for a big shoulder block. Just doesn't even move Omos, who just manhandles him once again into the corner. And Bobby screams. He's an angry boy. Again, this was a WWE champion at the beginning of the year. Lost to Brock on day one. Oh, and Bobby gets him down. Bobby gets him down. Both men fly into the ropes, and Bobby knocks him to the floor. Maybe look, Ray. The Punjabi celebration, yeah. No, it was, like I said, there was stuff I liked about it. I liked the Bollywood boys. I will say that I did like the Bollywood boys, and I liked his Titan. You know, with the thing, I always quite like that. Bobby Lashley gets Omos down off of his feet. A huge shoulder charge. It felt like it was going to be a spear, and instead he sort of jumps up and just shoulder charges him. Both men go down onto the ground, but including, importantly, Omos, who rolls out to the ring, does a little bit of screaming, and then points to the WrestleMania sign. Mania. Bobby Lashley, back early from injury, fair play to the guy, stepping up against Omos. Omos? I've never known how to say it. And if I'm being, again, Omos is probably going to win, but it's Bobby Lashley, man. Yeah, I did like the Punjabi celebration, to be fair. And it was a great moment when AJ beat him. Because you can make the argument that championship reigns, you know, the win and the loss are almost as important as the reign itself. And when he lose it to AJ in Manchester? Is that what happened? Am I misremembering this, Ray? I feel like he lost the title to AJ Styles in a match at Manchester when he was here. I feel like maybe. We're getting a little promo for Bron Breakker versus Dolph Ziggler for the NXT Championship. What a wild thing that is to say. It's NXT Stand and Deliver. Bron says he's going to smash, and I'll say it in the American way. It's going to make me feel weird, but I will. He's going to smash his ass. Stand and Deliver tomorrow night. I thought that was tomorrow night. They remind me of the Ninja Mutant Turtle bad guys. Yeah, I like them, man. I liked the Bollywood boys. They were just good lads, you know. And I'll tell you what, they bumped like hell for Jinder. Again, I'm thinking back to that Punjabi prison match. The one, I don't know which one it was of them, but the one where he climbed up the side and he got bopped off and he went flying through the announce table. Mate, they did their thing. Sad they're gone. Good lads, you know. Good lads. Good lads. Dolph Ziggler, NXT champion. Mad. I'm surprised Bron's not on the main roster yet, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like, I don't want him to be. Like, I want him to take his time. Like, I want them to take their time. I think, like, when you look at, I don't know, there's a lot of examples of people who got rushed through developmental and should have stayed there longer. Almost, right? So I don't want him to be rushed through, but at the same time, I'm shocked he hasn't been, because my guy he's so Vince. Well, I'm very disappointed with Raiders. I can appreciate that, Wally. Listen, Wally, in a normal match with them, I'm telling you, you'd probably enjoy them, right? The big guy, the fat guy, he does like cartwheels and stuff. It's all very exciting. But that was we're all disappointed with that. We're all disappointed with that. Halifax, it's a people thing. First hour of Raw done. Still to come on the show tonight, we have Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits. Two teams who are, of course, in the triple threat for the Raw Tag Team Championships. They're going to go off. That should be a banging match. RK Bro versus the Usos. That's the Raw Tag Team Champions versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They'll both be in a match again, which should be very good. We have Queen Zelina, Carmella, Natalya, Shayna Baszler versus Sasha Banks, Naomi, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley. That's the four teams who are involved in the four-way tag team match for the tag team women's titles. That's happening tonight in a big 8-woman tag match. And then, of course, Roman Reigns will come out at some point to do a bit of a a bit of a bit of telling people off. He'll say, acknowledge me. He'll probably end the show. Maybe Brock will come back out, although I doubt it now. He's already been out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Still, you can't win everything. We are back. And we're seeing Reggie and Dana. Oh, Reggie says he has something to ask Dana. He's gone down on one knee. Is he going to ask? Oh, he's got our ring. He says, let's have our WrestleMania moment now. Reggie has got a ring out and has asked Dana to marry him. Oh, and then out comes Tamina and tries to pin Dana. How dare she? Does she not understand love? Tozawa's turned up in a suit. Tamina asks, what are you doing in a suit? And now Akira has got down on one knee to ask Tamina. I suspect this will be a no. The crowd are chanting yes. She lifts him up by the scruff of his neck, asks him what he will think. Oh, Akira Tozawa, what a boy. She said yes. She said yes. Because that's where we're at. The ring is too small. He's had to lick it to try and get it on her finger. And there we go. A happy ending for Tozawa and Tamina. She smiles. And there's a little hug. And we see our truth. Who we see our truth with binoculars and a ref by his side says that gives him an idea. The power invested in me. I think he's going to be the priest and then roll him up. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. What's going to happen on the Raw after Mania? Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know. Are you going to that, Ray? Ray, if you're still here, when are you going? When are you leaving? And when are you coming back? Are you going to the Raw after Mania as well? I haven't asked you all of this. I probably should have asked you all this. For spanners and for just life purposes. Here comes the head of the table. It's Roman Reigns. I'm gonna say something maybe a bit controversial here, because given the opinions of most people I see talking about this, I'm not super into Roman's theme. I don't know what it is. There's something about it I'm just not here for. I like bits of it, but the intro to it is just not for me. Like this bit, the breakdown where you just have the drums and the do 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 harpsichord thing. I like that, but there's something about the thing. Like I see people calling his theme a banger, and I'm like, I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm just not into it. You know, I'm just not. It's not for me. Not for me. Maybe harsh. He's going to walk to the ring for the next 8 minutes, potentially. Paul Heyman by his side, holding up the championship. The Usos, with their tag team champions, are alongside him. The Usos, of course, be wrestling tonight. Roman won't be. He's just here to do a bit of talky talk at the top of the second hour. The biggest match of all time. I see what you mean, Wally. Now I look at it. It does look like an outside arena. It's a big arena in it. It's a very big arena, to be fair. Ooh, they just gave a stat about longest reigning WWE champions. And does that mean he's now longer reigning than Punk? Longest reigning WWE champions. I mean, he's the Universal Champion, so it doesn't really count. Doesn't really count, you would suspect so. Days recognized. So Punk was... They just said it's the 6th main event of WrestleMania. Jesus Christ. So the people they listed was Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, and Pedro Morales, who are all in the thousands of days as champion. CM Punk has 400. This is obviously the Universal Championship. Trying to look, is there an easy way I could find a link to the Universal Championship without having to go through 15 different things? Let's look at championships, Universal Championship, Reigns, not Roman, just the actual thing, days recognized. Yeah, 570 days he's been champ. So he's now longer reigning than CM Punk. They finally did it. Might be the wrong one, but they finally did it. How did you get the job of carrying the belt? I would be quite into that. I want to be Paul Heyman quite badly. I want to be Paul Heyman quite badly. I can't act like I don't. You know? What a man. In what can only be described as predictable writing, Roman Reigns asked Pittsburgh to acknowledge him. Yeah, we got Raw tickets, Hall of Fame, both WrestleMania nights. Don't think we could get SmackDown for some reason. We leave on Wednesday morning. Ah, okay, fair. And NXT. Yeah, because NXT's tomorrow night. NXT's tomorrow night in it, so fair. You're gonna. That's sick. That's sick. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Allow it, Ray. Allow it. E20 Zone TV. James, my G, how are you, sir? Hope you're well. Hope you're good. How are you, sir? How are you? If you haven't subscribed to E20 Zone TV, by the way, what are you doing, guys? Come on now. Come on now. Get involved. Get involved. Get involved. No time to waste. Man's doing big plays. Roman, of course, getting what chanted out of the building. Says if they don't stop, he would smash everyone in the building, just like he'd smash Stone Cold, just like he'll smash Brock Lesnar. Again, what a man. Paul Heyman just stood there, getting paid to do that. Getting paid to just stand there. Love that. Love that. I'd be here for that. I'd be here for that. Pardon. Drinking a whole bottle of Coke right now. Bad times. He says he's done everything apart from beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and that pisses him off. To which Suplex City chants take over the PPC arena. What was it I said? I can't remember. Well, Ray, enjoy. I'll sort out the spanners we were talking about, Ray, for when you come back. So it won't be next week. It'll be the week after that if I can get it sorted. And then I'll probably try and do one while you're away. I tell you what, Ray, I'm gonna message you. What time are you around? Do you want to do one for Dallas? Roman says Brock has already spilled his blood. He gives the date. I didn't hear it. Says he busted his head open on the hairline, one across the top of his skull. Said he bled all over New Orleans. He did. It was a lot. Roman Reigns, I tell you what. Roman Reigns is yeah, no, I understand you'll probably be busy, Ray, don't worry. I'll try to sort it out with someone else. I'll let you know what day it is, and then we'll see. We'll figure out. Roman Reigns' suit does look quite comfortable. Looks like something to use an American term, a soccer mum would wear. It does look comfy. I'd wear that to Tesco. You know? I'd wear that to Tesco. He says, but now he's changed the game, and he's going to take everything from Brock. He says he's already taken his advocate. He says he's already taken his claim of being the longest reigning champion in the past 35 years. He says he's taken his blood at Madison Square Garden and this Sunday, and then goes like that. And it says he's going to take the final thing. He's going to do the final move and take his title. I'm glad you're well, James, by the way. Hope you're good. Question for the legend, not me. But Triple H is now retired. What's your best moment for Triple H? I bloody love Triple H. Outside of like 2004, I love Triple H. Then let me think about it. Roman says he's gonna make it personal because it's always been personal to him. Good promo from Roman, to be fair. And he puts the microphone down to a chorus of boos from Pittsburgh. Heyman walks across to give him the belt as he raises the finger in memory of Oney Lorcan, of course. Biff rules. And there we go. Good promo. Guys, I don't know if you know the main event of WrestleMania is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I don't know if you've heard about this. Championship unification match. Winner takes all. I don't know if you've heard about this. Sunday, the main event. I don't know if you've heard, guys. Wally, tell me that's not a soccer mum get up. Come on, you telling me you couldn't see him in a big minivan driving the kids to practice? Tell me I'm wrong. Triple H, best moment. I mean, you would imagine. I mean, like, his match against The Undertaker at Mania is pretty flipping good. I mean, when you're thinking, it depends. If you're talking match, then probably The Undertaker match at Mania, in my head. I might be wrong about that, but probably that match, right? If you're talking about just pure moments, then the invasion of WCW has to be up there, right? Like, most stuff he did with DX, but specifically the invasion of WCW is like the moment. It's like one of the biggest moments from the biggest era of wrestling, and he was the main guy on that thing, you know, him and Shawn. So you probably have to say that. If you're talking moments, you'd have to say that. Ray says, Y2J versus Triple H Monday Night Raw, where Y2J won the title. Yeah, that's a great shout at the beginning of the show, and I had to give it back. I marked hard for Y2J. Yeah, that's a great shout, to be fair. Has to be the DX era. That was next level, but Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold Freeway was epic. Three of the best. Yeah. I think Triple H did, I'd be wrong about this, but I feel like Triple H main evented like a lot of the UK pay-per-views about that time. I'd have to double check, but you know the ones where it was like Insurrection and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of those were Triple H headlined. We'll see. Backstage promo with Carmella and Zelina, who are saying they're gonna look great when they leave Mania with the tag team titles. Queen Zelina. bro, Shayna, Zelina is so short. I know that, but at the same time, when you see it, I tell you what, I love Shayna, but that outfit, that purple and gold, I feel like it wants to be royal, but it's not quite there. The Queen of Spades and all that. Shayna and Natalya aren't a bad tag team, to be fair. But then again, Shayna's just great. Final question. If you can pick a squad of 5, who'd be your 5 stars? It's boss time, by the way. We're getting the big 8-woman tag team match. It's Sasha, whose theme's happening. Women. Wait, hang on. How would I even begin to type this? My brain is like breaking. 8 women. Not omen. 8 omens. It's Sasha, Naomi, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley versus Shayna, Natalya, Carmella, and Queen Zelina. It's also not how you spell match, Charlie. There we go. Look at that. It's like I'm capable and studied English or something. Right. 5. Who'd be my 5? It would have to be... Okay, if it's just my boys. If you're talking just my boys here. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Big E. Who are my ultra boys? Who are my all-time boys who are in WWE? So many people. I like wrestling, guys. I need to think about it for a second. Also, thank you, James. I appreciate you coming, swinging by. Subscribe to eZone20, E20 Zone TV if you haven't already. Big plays in the West Ham world. I don't care what anyone's above. Just get on it, fam. Get on it. Eddie Guerrero. Right. Rewind the thing. I'm running it back. Eddie Guerrero. Daniel Bryan. CM Punk, Kevin Owens, all-time boys, and we'll drop a... You want a big boy, you know what I mean? Drop Taker in there, screw it, big boys doing big bits. That's my favourite boys. There's other boys I would put in there. Sammy's up there, Big E's up there for all-time boys. I just love the New Day, but, you know, I'm forgetting a lot of people though. See, look, you've put bangers in there straight away. Kane, Undertaker, Stone Cold, Edge, Bret Hart. That's so good though. That's just big boys doing big bits. I'm disgracefully annoyed at how good that is as a team. The Rated R Superstar. Stone Cold. See, I put Undertaker in there. But realistically, I do love Kane. Glenn Jacobs is a man, maybe not. But Kane. Kane's the mask. Mate, when he got unmasked in, when was it? 2003, 2004? That was like a moment in my life. After seeing him rip the doors off of the Hell in a Cell and everything else, to see him take off the mask because he lost the match and RVD's there. Like, no, it's okay, brother. That was a stress. Bret Hart involved. Yokozuna, Undertaker, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, Y2J. Mate, Yokozuna getting involved. A Yokozuna shout. Shades of the main event of WrestleMania 10 with Bret Hart and Yokozuna in there. Love that. Yeah, breaking it down to 5, leaving out Mankind. Breaking it down to 5 is difficult. There's so many. Sub Y2J for The Rock. The Rock and Sock connection. I'm just having a little think about now. Listen, I mean, see, because you're going through the eras, right? You're talking 80s. Who are the boys there? You're talking your Bretts. You're talking your Shawn Michaels, right? Shawn Michaels then carries on through, right? You got your Triple H's, your Stone Colds, your Rocks, your Kanes, the Undertakers, just loads of big boys. You know, you roll into the 2000s, right? Cena's getting involved probably, you know? Lots of excellent guys. Y2 Chris Jericho, you know? Just boys. Kevin Owens now. Seth Rollins now. There's just a lot of good boys. Goldust, I'll tell you what, right? Dudley boys, come on. Come on. Get the tables, life. It's a grand old time. I'll tell you this about Goldust, yeah? Goldust, I liked as a kid because he was just a bit random. And by the time it got around to 2002, 2003, he was doing the tag team with Booker T, which I quite liked. That was all fun and games, yeah? Then when Goldust came back 5 years ago, maybe a bit more than that, maybe it was more like 2012, something like that. Out of nowhere, shape of his life. What a man. I went to a Raw show at the O2. It was a Raw house show. And I saw Goldust versus Braun Strowman. And me and my friend Adam, I tell you what, we lost our minds for Goldust. Because he's the boy. Doing his thing now in AEW, of course. I'll be live on Wednesday night for that as well, if you're around. Get involved. For AEW Dynamite, but Goldust doing his thing over there. Demolition. Yeah. The Steiner brothers are going into the Hall of Fame, which you would imagine would do something for Braun Breaker's career, but there we go. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If Scott Steiner has a live mic, the Hall of Fame will be levels. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. 33.3% of defeating all members of the Hall of Fame. I don't know. There's something there. I don't know what it is. I flopped at the joke. You get where I'm going. It will be incredible. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you what kind of levels we've got for Rick on the mic, but I can tell you that Scott Steiner with a live mic and a strict time limit. Bruv. It's going to be like Mr. T. Do you remember when Mr. T went in and he just went on forever about his mum? It's going to be just madness. Road Dogg and Billy Gunn were so underrated. They're good lads, you know? Good lads. The New Age Outlaws, when they did the match with Cactus Jack and Terry Funk, Chainsaw Charlie, and they put him in the bin and pushed him off the flipping thing. Madness. Off the stage. The 8-woman tag team match is now underway. We're starting it with Liv and Natalya in the ring. It is, of course, Liv, Shayna, Queen Zelina, and Carmella versus Liv, Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Naomi, and Sasha Banks. The preview for the WrestleMania match between these 8 women in the tag team match for the WWE Tag Team Championships. You could do a levels tier on tag teams. I could do that. I mean, it's New Day, but I'm doing it. I've got a bunch of stupid ideas for ones as well in my head, right? That are gonna bang. They're not gonna bang views wise because why would anyone watch it? But it'll be stupid. I'm out of here. Subscribe to the channel. Catch up soon, bro. Speak to you later. Thanks for popping by. I appreciate it. And if you haven't already, bruv, and you're into football, E20 Zone TV, subscribe. Come on now. Sasha Banks gets tagged in. Her and Naomi with a big sort of split drop kick to Zelina in the bottom. Slumped up in the corner. 1, 2. Carmella saves her tag team partner. That's why they're the champs. Ladies and gentlemen. Shayna just absolutely pings her down. Rhea just headbutts Carmella. Oh, Banks may be looking for the bank statement. Zelina stops her from doing it and then lobs her into the barricade. Again, that's why they're the champs. Tag team action. They just know each other's movements. And we go to another ad break. I hear Simon Miller's dulcet tones of Mill Dog, Big Mill Bob. I could do a tier list of tag teams. I have got a bunch of really stupid tier list ideas that I was going to make. I was thinking, Ray, of doing a tier list of every single championship ever based on vibe. And I started doing it and then realized it was probably going to take an hour, so I needed longer to do it, but still. Seeing that 2K22 and reminds me how perplexing it is that the game actually... Yeah, that's true. I mean, microtransactions are just whatever they are, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want them in any of the games, but I'm sort of, you know, I think they're just always going to exist in them, right, to some extent. But the game, I haven't played it yet. I've been planning on getting it. I've been planning on playing it. I just haven't got around to it yet because I've got 18,000 games to play through. But apparently very good. Apparently very good. I really want to. I should probably do it on this channel, right? That's probably a thing I should do, but I'm shocked that I was expecting it to be a train wreck. Like, because they had the extra year, and that's all well and good. You know, extra year is all fun and games, but at the same time, I was just like, this just can't end well, can it? This just can't end well, and yet somehow, some way, they managed to get it. What did the Metacritic end up at? Because it was doing well. It was doing very well at one point. 67, 62, 70, 75, 76, 78, It's not bad, you know. It's pretty good. They probably need it as well, because obviously there's the rumors at the moment of the AEW game coming soon, and potentially, well, they've got that potential new name for it, AEW Fight Forever, and all that stuff coming soon. So they probably need to have a big boy wrestling game come out and do well. So fair play to them. Fair play to them. We're almost halfway through Raw, everyone. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss on anything. Of course, it's Mania week. I'll be doing watch-alongs on Wednesday for Dynamite. Potentially, I haven't decided on that one yet. But I will be doing Friday for SmackDown and Rampage straight after. And then, of course, on Saturday and Sunday, I'll be live for WrestleMania as well. And I'll have videos in between all of that. Just because, you know, why not go hard? It's WrestleMania week. I'll have videos in between all that. So make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification if you haven't, so you don't miss out on any of that stuff, because there's too much of it to come. And then like the video, because that helps massively. Absolutely massively. So please do that. And I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. My GM sold me, especially with the PS5 share play. I'm totally grabbing the AEW. Yeah, I'll 100% grab the AEW game when it comes out. Ukes doing their thing. Like, going back and just making something that isn't trying to be anything apart from, like, a wrestling game is, like, a big deal for me, you know? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the last couple of WWE ones they did were trying to do something a bit different, and they were good and all. It wasn't like they were the worst things in the world, but, like, just saying to Ukes, right, let's go and let's make something that is a wrestling game through and through, like the old school ones. That makes me very excited, so I'll definitely pick that one up. But my GM is very interesting to me. Like, I would love to get involved with that with someone else. I just haven't got around to picking it up yet. But as as someone who watched like all of Austin Creed's and Tyler Breeze's stuff on Up Down Down for their like booking competitions and stuff on the old ones, big Wrestling Code. Is Wrestling Code another game? I haven't even heard of Wrestling Code. We are back with Carmella in control of the match on Sasha Banks. The Wrestling Code. I haven't even heard of this one. I need to look into this in a minute. I'll look into this in the next ad break. Sasha Banks fights off everyone and then hits a backstabber to Carmella, and now all three women, Naomi, Rhea, Liv, all on the apron. They're wanting the tag. As Sasha Banks is crawling towards them. And Liv and Rhea have been pulled off the apron, but Naomi is still there, so it looks like she's going to be the one to tag in. Shayna's asking for the tag. Shayna's in. Naomi doesn't quite get in, and Shayna just absolutely blaps her with a forearm. Wait till WWE is a VR game. That's going to be crazy. Yeah, it probably... Ray, did you ever see the VR... Like, you know, they did like a couple of shows in VR where you could watch at least portions of it in VR. Did you ever do that? I did. It was insane. We did it on the PlayStation VR. I think there might even be on the YouTube channel, maybe. I can't remember where they are. And And it was only like, I know they recorded full shows, but I think they only released like bits and pieces, like highlights. But just being in that really specific camera position, it was so odd. And it was only just like a 360 camera type thing. But it's worth having a look. If you've got VR, it's worth having a little gander. Zelina goes to do the pin, but Shayna pulls her off and asks, what the heck are you doing? Carmella then pulls out Shayna, who forearms Carmella. They haven't been able to coexist, ladies and gentlemen. Shockingly, the heels, they haven't coexisted. Zelina goes for the kick on Sasha. She gets caught. She's now looking for Naomi, who's come in this time. Big roundhouse kick to Zelina. Instantly tags back out to Liv, who then holds her in an awkward position, flicks it back up for Rhea, who's tagged herself in, who has her in position for Riptide. 1, 2, 3. It's over. They couldn't coexist. It ruined their chances, and it's a big dub for the challengers. It's a big dub for the challengers going into Mania. Naomi, Sasha Banks, Liv Morgan, and Rhea Ripley stand tall. Yeah, it's just the 360 camera stuff, Ray, but it's definitely something to have a little look. They had a demo of VR at Mania in New Orleans. All I remember was the mini Snickers bar all around access. Yes, they did do that as well. I also remember they released I don't know if it was in VR. I assume it must be, but it was a 3D camera of, was it the one in New Orleans where Tyler Breeze was obviously doing his old intro with the camera phone, and he came down to the ring with it. But it was actually a 360 camera. And so he's holding the 360 camera in his entrance for the Andre Memorial Battle Royale. That was weird. Just because you can just look up and see everyone and how high up it is. And it's just scary. It's scary walking out in front of that many people. Because that's their record attendance one, right? That's the one they claim was like 100,000 or whatever it was. Wild. I don't even know how a VR game would work for WWE. Seeing what happened last week on Raw, Kevin Owens stunned the ringside hand for throwing in the beer awkwardly. The definite not indie worker. Up next, we'll have a look back at Stone Cold Steve Austin's legendary career. It's exciting to see Stone Cold back. Like I said earlier, it's one of those ones where if it was a match, I would be super hyped. I'd be like, oh my god, we're seeing a Stone Cold match. The fact they haven't announced it being a match yet makes me like, it's just going to be a KO show segment. It seems like it's going to turn into a match of some sort. I suspect it will just, I just can't imagine Stone Cold having a full-on match. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it's difficult because we've seen so many just so many big names, come back from that era, that this is almost just another one. And it's like, Stone Cold has been back at WrestleManias before. But again, as I said earlier, if I was actually going, like one Ray Borum, my God, I really hyped beyond belief for that moment. The glass shatter hits. All I remember from the actual demo was being put into people's area off the bat. Being put into the people's area off the bat, I was a tiny bit uncomfortable. Yeah, sure. Getting up for the, yeah. I can respect that. It wouldn't be ideal. Know what I mean? Ray, you have, by the way, Ray, while you're there, you have full permission to send me as much as you want. Many videos. I want to see the view I want to see everything, right? If you call in, like I said, I'll be doing a watch along for both nights. So if you can get access to the internet somehow and you do a little cheeky call in, I'd be very up for it. I'd be very up for it. But good to speak to you. I'll talk to you about spanners at some point. Like I said, the one we were talking about, I'll sort out for the week after you're back. But yeah, good to see you, bro. Sleep well. Speak to you later. One of the guys' vlog. Yeah. I could probably swing it as a streamy thing, Ray. I could probably swing it as a streamy thing. Okay. I'm down, Ray. I'm down. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's going to be incredibly stupid. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Then slipping on the Elimination Chamber mat afterwards in front of Heath Slater. That was an experience. Did you do that? Did you do that? Oh my God. I mean, look. Heath can't chat. Heath can't chat. What a man Heath is, by the way. Let's look at his wrestling code, because I didn't even hear of the wrestling code. Watching a video from Smack Talks. So, full respect to them. Having a look at the wrestling code, new footage. My God, I've skipped... Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've skipped a minute into the video and I've instantly seen Scott Steiner. Let's go. Let's go. His arms aren't big enough. Everything else about him I'm here for, but his arms aren't big enough. Needs bigger arms. Does it have any match footage? I'd love to see what matches look like. I'd love to see what matches look like. It says alpha footage, so maybe not. Roster announcements. Jazz, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky. Who else are we saying? Well, that's Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, Chuck Palumbo, all of the FBI. Love that. I'm intrigued. That's something I've got to have a little look into maybe at some point. Because I didn't even know this was a thing that was happening. I want to see what it looks like in ring. We're getting the Stone Cold retrospective. Austin 316 said, I just kicked your ass. And whatnot. Interesting. I need to have a little... I'm just going to have a... Do you know what? It's just Austin. I've seen Austin. It's just Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? I'm just going to keep having a look through. Tell you what, respect the song they've decided to use, though, to be fair. Gonna have to have a little look into the wrestling code at some point, because I didn't even know that was a thing that happened. I didn't even know that was a thing that was happening. I mean, that's the thing with Stone Cold coming back, right? Is like they're making such a big deal out of it that it has to be more than just a segment, because we've seen him come back and do stuff, you know, at WrestleManias before, you know, when they've been in Texas, we've seen him do bits and pieces. So it has to be a thing. And look, we're getting a full-on retrospective with Angle, Triple H, Stephanie all talking about him. You know, this feels like something... This feels like a bigger deal than usual, to be fair. Oh, the ping sound on the bedpan over Vince's head. What a moment. That sound is just etched into... the ting! It's just flipping. It etched into my brain forever. So better the boogie said, up, drop the boogie. I wanted the ground to swallow me. But that was my weekend, was decent. Other than sitting for 7+ hours, then a long queue at a Superdome. Fair. Oh, was that... Yeah, that was the Superdome, yeah. Oh. Was that the one where they had problems getting people in as well? I can't remember if that was the Superdome one, but there was one I remember a couple of years back where they had really big troubles getting people in and out. Like a really big trouble getting people in and out. And they delayed the show, I think, slightly because of it. I'm not sure if that's true. I can't remember if they delayed it or not. But I seem to remember that being the case. I don't remember if that was the Superdome, though. Oh, even The Rock's in this build-up, in this promo. There's not many things in life that make me happier than drinking beers, 4-letter words, middle fingers, and drinking more beers. Character work, ladies and gentlemen. Character work. He will, of course, be appearing on the KO show at WrestleMania. Mad. No, that was 32 in a stadium. They are in this year. Oof. Oh, okay. Fair. The year Zack Ryder won the Intercontinental Championship. That's what I remember from that year. What else happened that year? That was Roman versus Triple H, I think. I'm trying to remember what else happens. My memory's the worst. Kevin Owens is in the ring. Says, wasn't this an amazing tribute to Stone Cold? Says, no one does video packages like WWE. True angels back in the editing truck. Says, as good as it was, nothing compares to his tribute to Stone Cold last week. Kevin getting the biggest what chance he can out of this. Tell you what, that sign. I don't know if that's in the way of people's views in the top tier, but I'd be fuming. It looks like it probably would be. I'd be fuming. Or maybe that area's cornered off. He said last week he was doing everyone a favour. He says he was doing everyone a favour because that's the closest everyone will get to the old Stone Cold we all used to admire. That Stone Cold is gone. He's been gone for 19 years. He said he's been gone for 19 years and he ain't ever coming back. He says it's not Stone Cold anymore. It's Steve. Steven. It's Steven. The same Steve that's been drinking himself into oblivion for 19 years. The same Steve who's bored on his stupid ranch, begging everyone to come on his podcast. He's got a shirt on that says Stunner versus Stunner. Again, I don't want to say shocked, but I'm like, surely you would put them in a match, right? Unless Austin didn't want to do it, which is fair. He said he wants to have a nice little chat about his career. But listen, hey, KO's got experience. KO's got flipping, what's the word I'm looking for? He's got a record of beating up old people with Vince, right? Must be mad being Kevin right now. Like, the moment, like, you are the guy for Stone Cold's comeback, essentially. That must be crazy. That must be mad. Kevin getting a big old boo by saying he hates beer. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. Then lost in a day to the Miz when Maurice came back. Yeah. It sucked. The moment was great when he won. When he won the belt, it was an amazing moment. Him losing it straight after. Hey, listen, he's reinvented himself now. He's doing absolute bits. He's doing absolute bits on the independents, to be fair. Which is awesome to see. Which is it's so good to see. Like, fair play. He's doing absolute bits. But at the same time, yeah. Kevin Owens just pulling the crowd strings, asking him to give him a hell yeah if he thinks his stunner is better than his. The crowd obviously gonna get involved with a hell yeah if they have the opportunity to. Owen says, if you try, Steve, to pick a line with me, I'll end up pouring a bit all over your lifeless carcass, because that's the bottom line, and KO said so. Another good promo there. Shout out Kevin. He's a great promo, isn't he? He's a great lad as well. Cardona's going great from what I see. I just love that the UK flag is now on the NWA belt. Mate, he's a good lad. He's a good lad, is Cardona. He's doing bits. He's doing absolute bits, to be fair. Everything he's done in GCW, what he's doing in the NWA now. Like, he had that sort of brief couple of period stint or whatever it was in AEW. And I was not concerned, but like when that happened, I was like, it feel like, like there was never any, like he signed for them or anything. It was like, oh, what's going to happen now? But since then, man, he's gone from strength to strength. He's basically just, he's the best self-promoter, isn't he? Like, he did it originally in WWE to get himself over. He did it again now when he's on the independents. Like, if there's one guy who's going to get himself attention, get himself in a position to do bits, then it would always be him. It would always be him. He's a great lad. He's a great lad who's very good at what he does. I mean, that moment in GCW when he won the title and he stands there on the edge of the ring and just everything is flying at him. I mean, GCW is the perfect promotion for it to happen for, but still. Bobby Lashley versus Omos now officially announced for WrestleMania. Now officially announced for WrestleMania after the altercation earlier on today. And out comes Ricochet, rocking up from SmackDown. Their new Intercontinental Champion. Number 2 babyface on SmackDown, apparently. And he'll be facing Austin Theory. Interesting. Ricochet versus Theory. An interesting one. Don't know which way that's going to go. I'm going to take this this moment to go and grab a drink. So I will be back in a minute. If you need anything, ask Danny. He's here to, he's here to keep you entertained in these moments. I tell you what, I'll back that, Josh. I'll be honest with you. Mate. I will back that. I quite like that IC belt. It reminds me of something that would be in The Great Gatsby for some reason. Don't know why, but I like it. I don't think it's too bad. I would put it up there. In fact, I would. Would I say it's better than the old sort of oval one. I don't know. I back it. I back it. I back it. Anyway, that'll be it. Hello. WWF scratch oval IC is my top as Eddie held it when he first saw it. Great shout. That's a great shout. I will. Yeah, the new one, the new IC belt. I wasn't convinced by when they originally changed it. When they originally changed it from the white leather one, because that's just so iconic. But I'll tell you what. Now I'm quite into it. I'm quite into it. I can't lie. We're getting Austin Theory here versus Ricochet. I'm slightly surprised this is the thing that's happening right now, but still. I can't imagine how it'll end. Probably Pat McAfee doing something, I would suspect. But we want Pat chance. Did he fight? Did he play for the Steelers? Is he from Pittsburgh, Pat McAfee? I don't know. Big springboard clothesline from your boy Ricochet, the Irish sensation himself, followed by a standing shooting star. Yeah, I love to see it. Yeah, I quite like that one. Like I said, I don't know if you heard me say it earlier, Josh, but I'm thinking about doing this like tier list of all WWE belt designs. And I was looking through the Intercontinental ones, and I think it's up there. I think this one's up there. I think it's decent. It's not the white leather one, because I think that is just the one, because it's just so iconic. But there is something about the, like you say, the WWF scratch design, oval design, because that was the first one I saw as well. That was the first one I became aware of. Very nice. Ricochet went up to the top rope. Austin Theory just muscles him up into a beautiful 1, 2. 3. 1, 2, 3. Austin Theory has beaten Ricochet. The brand new Intercontinental Champion from what? Last week? The week before that? Has come to Raw to lose to Austin Theory to build up to the Pat McAfee match. He hits his finish. He muscled him up into it brilliantly, by the way. Fair play. And then a 1, 2, 3. And that's it. That's the segment. I assumed that Pat McAfee was going to get involved somehow. Would get involved somehow to stop that match. Maybe a disqualification thing. I don't know. But like, I just assumed that something would happen. But no. A clean as you win 2-minute victory for Austin Theory over Ricochet. I'm a little bit in shock. Wow. Okay. All right. That's the thing that's happened, ladies and gentlemen. That's a thing that's happened. Well then. We move. Yeah, I started recording that belt tier list, but I realized after like 20 minutes it would have been like a very long video, and I was like, okay, I need to re-record this at some point where I have more time. But it's among many dumb ideas I have. Mate, I'm shocked. He just won clean. As you like against the champion. Just Ricochet has to get some sort of big win on SmackDown then, right? He has to get some sort of definitive win going into Mania. Otherwise, I don't even know. I mean, he's even on the card yet. He's not, is he? Now I think about it. Let me scroll through. Let me double check. No, he's not. Okay, well, we'll either find out who his match is, or he's just not going to have one, I guess. But wild. Not like the Fed booking their champions to lose before the title match. Cough Rhea. Yeah, well, yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, reports like last week that Ricochet is seen as the number 2 babyface on SmackDown, and he's just lost clean to Austin Theory to build up to a celebrity match at Mania, and one where Ricochet's not even got a title match. I don't know. Oh, of course he has that defense, doesn't he? That's a great shout. I forgot about that on Friday. He has the defense against Garza and Humberto. Yes. That makes more sense now. That's a wild match as well. That makes sense. He'll win that then. But even Oh, it better be a clean, definitive one. I feel like it's not gonna. I feel like it's gonna be because of some tag team shenanigans that goes wrong or something. Or I mean, if they drop the title from him this quickly, I can't see them doing that. Can they? All of a sudden, I'm doubting everything I believe in life. All of a sudden, I'm doubting everything I believe in life. I don't know. I genuinely can't even begin to think what's coming next for Ricochet. I'm now all of a sudden very scared. I was hyped. They were like, yo. We're having he's the number 2 babyface. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna treat Ricochet well. Like Ricochet's so good, this is gonna happen. And then what we just saw, mad. No women's battle royale, but the Andre BR versus the Andre Membat survives. Weird that, innit? 2 nights as well. You could just have a men's one on one night and a women's one on the other, but Vince be Vince. He does his things. Not to be outdone, we're now getting a little cheeky Triple H retrospective. Now he's retired, not like Stone Cold. It is mad that he's retired. Like, it makes sense after the stuff that's happened, the health problems he's had recently, that he's just never going to have to be able to step into the ring again. But it does feel weird that we're not going to see a random Triple H match at a Mania or SummerSlam or Survivor Series again. Or Royal Rumble. Crazy as well to think they mentioned it now, but like obviously he's been in charge of NXT and for the last however many years it's been, and how many people on like it's almost the entire main roster at this point went through NXT. I'm glad he's not risking it. Yeah, so am I. I'm very glad he's not risking it. I always get very concerned when you see something like that, you know, and I just don't want it to happen. So I'm incredibly happy as well, to be fair. Bianca Belair's dancing her way to the ring. What a G. What a G. Bianca? I think I've misspelled her name. I can't remember for the life of me how to spell it, so I'm just going to leave it like that and then hope no one notices, even though I've literally called it out. Bianca. That's how I spell. That's the one. Yeah, I'm glad he's not risking it as well, to be fair. I never when people like, it's like when like it's the difference between like even when Edge came back and he obviously had like every doctor in the world probably go, yeah, you're fine. I was still always a little bit concerned every time something happens. At this point, I'm fine. But when his first couple of matches back, I was like, ooh. Same thing would be with Trips. If he came back and he did anything now, I would be very, very concerned. I shouldn't be, because obviously they're professionals, they have doctors, everything else, but man. I never needed you. Oh. We're getting a Bianca promo to hype up her match with Becky Lynch on Sunday. Sunday. Crowd very behind the EST of WWE. Second big Mania in a row for her. Match against Sasha last year was an absolute classic. Now she's got Becky. She says, my whole essence threatened you, Becky. That's why you attacked me so. Bianca's got a lot better at promos, to be fair. Not like she was ever bad, but she's gotten a lot better. Like, I know it's probably extensions and that, but imagine having hair that long. I've got long hair. Different level. Does Bianca get her win back? Does Bianca get her win back from SummerSlam? I can't see it happening, but it should do. But I can't see it happening. Pardon. Flipping out my stomach. Bianca says come Saturday she's coming for Becky at Mania and she's walking out as the champ. Halfway through that, the whoa-woes happen and out comes big time Bex, who tries to go in with a chair. Bianca stops it and then instantly they start going fist to fist. Fists start flying, a big old schmoz between the two of them. Now Bianca takes advantage. She's got Becky in the corner, shoulder charging her, shoulder blocking her into the corner. And she's just absolutely unleashing on big time Bex, who gets up and then just yanks Bianca back down. And Becky grabs the chair into the stomach and then into the back. I couldn't even with long hair. I just look like a cow with friends levels they'd be proud of. Listen, sometimes you just gotta back it. You just gotta go for it, you know? Do I understand that and back it? I understand exactly what you're saying. And trust me, as someone whose hair is way too long right now, like way too long right now, I back it. But at the same time, you know, why not? Oh no, speaking of short hair, Becky has got out a pair of scissors. And referees have come flying out to stop it as Becky gets it almost in a disarmer position. Oh, but she's lifted her up. Muscled up. Big. She hits the finish. Bianca shocked that Becky would stoop so low. She muscled her up brilliantly there, to be fair. And now she lifts her up once more on the shoulders. A second KOD from Bianca Belair, which I'm still pretty certain I spelled that wrong, but who knows? And now she's looking. Now she's looking at the scissors. We get a little bit of retribution. A little bit of retribution here. Chekhov's gun. Are we getting a little bit of retribution here? Well, she grabs the scissors with two hands because this is wrestling and this is the way you have to do things. And she's walking over to Becky, who is lifeless after 2 KODs. And she goes at it. She starts cutting the hair. She starts cutting Becky Lynch's hair. Bianca Belair, after Becky Lynch went for her. And out comes Adam Pearce, out comes Sonya Deville, out comes a bunch of referees, and they're trying to stop her from cutting Becky's hair all over the shop, but she's just going for it. No, everyone is standing around her just going, stop, but not actually interfering whatsoever. Big time Bex's hair has gone bye-bye. And Bianca throws the scissors to the floor as she gets escorted out from the ring by 5 refs and Bianca and Pearce and Sonya Deville. Becky's hair left strewn across the ring. She said, "You want to cut my hair? I'll do it to you." Big time Bex's Barnett's gone bye-bye. You hear that? I could be a commentator. I could do it. Becky starts screaming. Screaming. She's fuming. She's fuming. To be honest with her, she could have gone more to town on that one. It's not the end of the world, but she's very angry about it. We're gonna see a bald Bex. We're gonna see big time bald Bex maybe. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Wally. I'm glad you're enjoying it, mate. Oof. Big time Bex, on which they turned up the mics on her, which is probably unfair of her just going, I'm going to end her. I am going to end her in a weird way. You deserve it chants coming from the PPG arena. Bex. Done in. Done in. Now we're getting a little preview of Mania. Which, of course, streaming live on Peacock in America. Streaming live from the WWE Network in the UK. Big time Bex versus Bianca, of course, on the show. We're getting the KO show with Stone Cold. Among many other things, Saturday and Sunday. Make sure to come and get involved. Subscribe on the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button. Hit the bell notification button, because I will be live both nights of that show here on the channel, experiencing it live with all of you. So make sure to hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on it. Subscribe, and hey, like the video while you're here. Appreciate it. Getting the New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge. We're getting Seth frickin' Rollins versus an opponent of Mr. McMahon's choosing. Of course, Austin Theory busy. So we'll probably be getting Cody Rhodes. SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. The Usos versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. Bugenhausen. The Mysterios versus The Miz and Logan Paul. Dominic and Rey. Walter and his dad. Versus Logan Paul and his dad. Not quite. He's not quite Greg Paul, is he? SmackDown Women's Championship match. It's Charlotte Flair defending against Rowdy Ronda Rousey. The Roddy Piper wannabe. Charlotte supposedly never tapped out. She definitely has, but it's fine. Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin. You know, he has a sword. Are you one has a sword, one has a hat. Is that really something you want to test? Not me. Not for me. Speaking of sword, here comes the swordy boy. I'm shocked we started WWE Network. Yeah, me too. I think as soon as they get as soon as they have a partner for that stuff, whoever it will be, like Peacock in America, we don't have Peacock here, although I think has there been talks of bringing Peacock to the UK? I think there has been, but as soon as they have a partner like that, I suspect the WWE Network will be no more. But I'm quite shocked we still have it as well, to be honest. I don't know, who would they even partner with in the UK? I mean, you have what? You have Netflix, which it wouldn't be. You have... What else do you have? You have Amazon, which it probably wouldn't be. Peacock is on Sky now? Is it? That's interesting. But they don't have any live stuff yet. That's fair. Then it'd probably be that, right? And we'd probably, as part of the same deal, potentially we'd probably see them, I would suspect, go back to Sky Sports, right? Maybe. I mean, it probably benefits them to split it up between BT and Sky, to be fair. But yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. I just drank way too much water. I'm not going to lie about it. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. It happens sometimes, but it was one. Drew McIntyre. I knew there was some talk of like Peacock being in the UK. I didn't know exactly how it was going to happen, but I knew there was some talk. I'm shocked we still have the WWE network. I'm shocked. I mean, look, I think it's a great deal. It's way better. Well, actually, is it financially better for us? I don't know. Because isn't Peacock... In order to watch the WWE stuff on Peacock, don't you only have to pay like £5 or $5 a month or something? I'm not sure. I'd have to look into it. It's one of those things where I see people talking about it who are American, and I take that information in, but I don't fully take that information in. Wally, do you have Peacock? You might have Peacock. You might know how much it is. Who knows? Who knows? Too many streaming services already. Paramount Plus coming soon. Yeah, that's a great shout. Different suit for WWE side, but yeah, that's a good point. There are way too many. There are way too many. I mean, it's a mess. It's a mess. And then and that's just from TV. Like, you add into the gaming stuff, right? We were talking about the WWE game and the AEW game after. Like, you've got like Xbox Game Pass, which exists, PlayStation Plus, which their new Game Pass thing is supposed to be getting announced this week and coming out this week. You've got like all of these other things. You've got the GTA one that's just been announced, which it's not for me, but that exists. Like, there's all of these different subscription services all over the shop all of the time. It's like, and then you like, so in order to watch like football, for example, like, or even you subscribe to BT, which is like £25 a month on top of other things. And then you've got flipping Sky Sports ones, like everything. Everything's the worst. Channel 5 has WWE highlights. What? How have I missed this? How have I missed this? Is this true? What do they show them on Channel 5 itself? I did not know this. I don't know how I didn't, but I didn't know this was a thing. Mad. They do. I've been going for a while as well, by the looks of it. Wild. I never knew that. I just watch it on the television and move on. I pay for both Sky and BT, Margo admit, but yeah, I pay for BT. I don't pay for Sky. But I do pay for BT. Whenever there's something that I want to watch on Sky, I go to my holiday home in North Idaho, which is definitely true, and not just watch it illegally online. Brantley Gilbert will be singing America the Beautiful at WrestleMania. He has over 1 billion YouTube views, don't you know? And then on Sunday, Jessie James Decker will be. She has over 150 million digital streams. And her latest album debuted at #1 on the iTunes country charts. Sweet. Yep. Shout out to America. Backstage, we get big time Bex looking in a mirror and looking at her hair very angrily. Oh, we got the B words. The one WWE loves saying now because they're allowed to. There went to be an interview and she grabbed the microphone out of the interviewer's hand, leant into the camera, said, "Bianca, you B word." And then it cuts back to the ring where Drew McIntyre goes. So, you know. We're back in the ring now. It's Drew McIntyre versus, I assume Moss? I mean, we've got Happy Corbin's music going on. We'll do that until we get confirmation. It's both. Against Corbin and Moss. Sure. Why not? Why not? They are many days behind us. Yeah, fair enough. I never knew that. I pay for AEW as well. I pay for AEW Plus as well on Fight. It's mad, isn't it? You think about it, right? WWE Network, 10 quid. AEW Plus, that's another 5, so that's 15. BT Sport, that's 25. You're already talking like 40 quid a month. Plus, and that's just for wrestling. Then you plus like Sky Sports for football stuff if you want to do that, or anything else you're interested in Sky Sports. Then you talk about everything. It's just madness, isn't it? It's just madness. Anyway, so the ring goes. The bell goes. It's a 2-on-1 handicap match. It's Drew versus Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. McIntyre instantly outpowering the Happy one. Before Corbin rolls out of the ring, Madcap Moss looks at him and says, "We're a team. We're a team." And now Madcap is getting manhandled around the ring. This is, of course, Corbin versus Drew at Mania this weekend. This is why we're getting this weird-ass match and a huge belly-to-belly release suplex from Drew, followed up with a neck breaker and a kip-up. Neck breaker and a kip-up. Moss thrown back into the corner, and Drew says, "Tag him in. Tag in Corbin," who refuses. He leaves the mad one to his own devices. In the corner, Madcap Moss is angry. He's shouting at the Happy one. He's saying, "Where are you going?" But no, Corbin is left. He's walked away, which, if anything, tactically is an awful move on Happy Corbin's behalf. But McIntyre setting it up for the Claymore. 3, 2, 1. Done. 1, 2, 3. It's done. It's over. Tactically a poor decision, potentially, from Corbin, who then attacks after the ring bell. Could have done this legally in the match. Decided not to. And then thrown into the ring post goes Drew. Happy Corbin picks him up, throws him into the secondary one. And now, instead of having an actual match, looks him up for the end of days. End of days hits. Good stuff from Happy Corbin. Again, tactically an awful decision from the Happy one. He should have legally used the advantage that he had on Drew with a 2-on-1 to really beat down his WrestleMania opponent and make him more likely to win the big one. But no, he decides to attack him after the fact, and now he hits End of Days, steals his sword, and runs away. Happy Corbin has stolen Drew's sword. Drew is going to be very angry. That was only one of those left in the prop shop. He's pissed. Madcap walking alongside him, not really 100% sure. Looking at Happy Corbin in a sort of admirable way. Not happening. Poor decisions on Madcap's. But listen, Happy Corbin, he's not smart Corbin. You know what I mean? He's not smart Corbin. I got a bold feeling AEW's next TV deal here won't be with ITV, but with Sky getting rid of AEW Plus, but still getting more money for a sustainable PPV. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. They've obviously had all of those reports at the moment of well, not even reports. It's now confirmed, right, that they're. It's obviously a big deal now that they've bought Ring of Honor, so they've got the Ring of Honor tape library. They've got the deal with the Japanese promotions in DDT and all of the other ones that are owned by the same people, so they have all of those tape libraries potentially. So there's a huge opportunity there for them to have an actual system, be it an AEW Plus in full fashion that isn't on Fight. Maybe it's like a WWE Network thing, or selling it to like a Paramount Plus, like a Peacock, like a Netflix, whoever it be, one of those sort of services. Would make sense, right? Getting a promo from Edge here. In the dark. He says we needed each other. He says he needed AJ Styles to make him who he is now. It's good work from Edge. He says on Sunday they'll face off in a match of the ages and blow the roof off the place. He says he saw the look in AJ's eyes on Monday and he knows he's in his head. It's good work from Edge. It's very good work from Edge on that promo. And I'll tell you what, I'm hyped for that match. I am hyped for that match. Super intense stuff. Good heel work. He's good. He's very good as Edge. He's very good. And that's one of the matches I'm really looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to that one. AJ versus Edge is a first time ever, despite both being in it for, both being in the business for many, many years, and AJ having wrestled practically everywhere. Edge obviously a WWE lifer, to be fair, but big. And I'm looking forward to what more this Edge. Hopefully this Edge goes, we go forward with this Edge past this, because to be honest with you, it could be very good stuff. Content library, the majority of why WWE. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The deals they've got, that, and obviously the fact that ad rates for wrestling stuff have gone through the roof. Television buy rates for WWE for wrestling stuff have gone through the roof over the past 5 years, as advertisers have realised that actually, wrestling fans will buy stuff, so adverts are good for that. But yeah, building up, because that's the thing with WWE, with AEW, and why they could never have a WWE network style thing, is they just never had the content, right? You had those initial couple of pay-per-views, and then Dynamite, and now Rampage, and now all of the other pay-per-views on top of that, with Ring of Honor, the Japanese promotions that they've now got access to. All of a sudden they have a significant content library that they can draw upon. And hey, maybe they lean upon some of their partners. They've obviously got partnerships to some extent with New Japan. They've got partnerships to some extent with Impacts. They've got partnerships to some extent with Triple A. There's potential there for them to really build something that's super sellable. I don't know what. But certainly like a significant amount of stuff. I'd back it. I would 100% back it. I'd love to see it, because I've got Fight, I've got AEW Plus, and I've bought almost all of AEW's pay-per-views on there, so I have access to them all anyway. But I mean, look, if you say to me £5-10 a month for every AEW show plus all the pay-per-views, maybe, I don't know, we'll see what happens with that. I don't think their pay-per-view model will go away anytime soon for AEW, because they're just so profitable. Like, I can't remember what the last one did, but I'm sure it was in the millions of dollars of revenue. I'm sure it was, and so they're probably not going to let that go anytime soon. But if there's some way of making it more achievable for wrestling fans, especially if you can get adding some, because I don't watch DDT anywhere near regularly enough. I've never watched the full what's the women's promotion they have? Tokyo Joshi Pro, I think it is. Like, I've never seen a full one of their shows. Like Ring of Honor, if you put Ring of Honor's back catalogue on there, woof, mate, I would get involved with that very quickly. But like you, Josh, I've spent too much on wrestling. I've spent too much on just wrestling watching stuff. Like gear and merch and stuff. I'll get t-shirts and that fairly every so often, but that kind of stuff I just pay too much for. No problem. Got hair in my mouth. 4 pay-per-views a year really helps them sell more than anything. Yeah, you're not wrong. That really does. And they build up to them massively as well. They're really good at building up to their pay-per-views, because there's only 4. We don't have the constant churn of building. That helps massively. You're right about that. We're getting AJ Styles' instant reaction to Edge's words. Look at that. As someone with long hair, I've got to admire AJ Styles' straightener's ability. That's some straight hair. Some straight hair. He says Edge has changed, his music's changed, like he was trying to get into his head, well, mission accomplished. He says he wants me, he wants the old AJ Styles, he wants the Pitbull, he's going to get something a lot worse. He wants to destroy me. The feeling is mutual, says AJ. He says, my judgment's coming, but the verdict is already in. The phenomenal AJ Styles is going to deliver Edge something the WWE Universe will never forget. Boogs! We get Boogs. What a man. Boogs! Let's go. I'm not going to go with the but Shinsuke Nakamura, ladies and gentlemen. And out comes the king of strong style, Shinsuke, or as what's his name? Greg Hamilton used to say, Shinsuke Nakamura. I would do the Nakamura the way Boogs does it, but I can't, let's be real. Being a belt mark definitely hurts my wallet. I just want that, bro. Talking about belts, that AEW World Championship is, that is beautiful. How much is the replica? A couple of $100? Depressingly, probably. I can imagine it's probably quite expensive. It's so good though, isn't it? 800. Oh, that is it's a bit rich for my taste. Bloody hell, it's a great belt though. It is a beautiful belt. 800. I believe. Okay, fair, but still. Jesus, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Jesus. We're getting a rundown of Sunday night. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Anything goes. I mean, looking forward to that. I think that match will be fun. Which is V4. So the IWGP V4 belt was nearly about $2,000 from Japan. Is the IWGP V4, is that the one previous to this? So you obviously now have the design from when Kota Ibushi won, which has the sort of the wings and the angles. We're talking the big black leather one with the golden bit. Oh, bless me. I was trying to get to the mute button. I couldn't get there quick enough. I apologize. Is that which one V4 is? The one where in my head I'm seeing Okada with it. Correct. Okay, sweet. I thought I was right. Down since day one-ish, getting down since day one-ish, getting down since day one-ish, and a light more lot like this. Oh, it's both of them, isn't it? It's Nakamura and Boogs. It's Boogs versus Usos, isn't it? I forgot that this was the match. I've just remembered now. None of the Usos came out. I remembered. It's the Is it Boogs? No. It's the it's Usos versus RK Bro, isn't it? Oh wait, is it? I think it is. Who knows? We'll find out. I've typed it in now. Whatever. Yeah, I could. $2,000. Mad. That is another beautiful belt, though. To be fair, how do you feel about the new one? The current IWGP one. Again, the one that Kota Ibushi won. How do you feel about that? I'll be honest with you. I'm not. I don't know how convinced I am by that one. I think it looked all right on Kota. I think on everyone else, I'm not keen on it. I'm not super keen on it. I want to have a look at it again. And see if I'm being harsh. See a picture of it. I want to see a picture of it. They just keep showing me pictures of the V4, which is beautiful. Yeah, it's not for me, that one. It's not for me. I think it had potential, but it just doesn't. Yeah, it's not for me. Not a fan, but not as bad as some of the Fed's current belts. Yeah, okay, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's not the worst belt out there by any stretch of the imagination. Not even close to the worst belt out there. I mean, let's WWE belts. I want to just look all. Is there I just want a picture of all the belts. Is that a thing I can have? WWE shop. That's a shout. If I go to WWE shops, go replica titles. Oh, that US belt. I don't like that US belt. Just looked at it again. I don't know. No, in fact, hang on. If I do this here, wait. What button would I press? Let me think. If I go to here, I go to here. That one. Hang on a sec. We'll get there. So you can see here what I'm talking about, right? That US belt, this one, not for me. I've never been super keen on that one for me. I don't know what it is about it. It just doesn't fit right for me. It just doesn't. It's not the one. These ones are okay. I get it. I don't know. They're right. They're fine. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen in the world. Far from the best, but I think it's a bit garish, but it's whatever. But that US one. See, this is just all right, isn't it? I think people are, again, I wasn't convinced at first, but after a while now, I quite like that one. I think it's decent. I think that's decent. However, can we, now, there's a reason it's on sale for such a significant, you probably can't see this, wait, there you go, from 200 and something to 160. There's a reason. It's a big no from me. I'm indifferent, put some blue behind the stars and then I'm fine. Okay, alright, no, I can back, okay. Let me have a look at it again and see what it's saying. Okay, I can see what you're saying. I'm not super keen on it, but I can see what you're talking about. I can certainly see what you're talking about there. That's fair. I'm not super keen on it, but I can back that. Tell you what. How do you feel about the North American title? I quite like it. I can't lie to you. I quite like that North American title. It's different from the rest, which I think helps, you know? Like, at first I was like, okay, all right. And it's grown on me since because it is different. Stupendous. Getting another advert for WrestleMania. Before the Arcade Bro versus Usos, which should be a good match, to be fair. I like it maybe because it debuted in NXT shows out an awesome ladder match. Oh, was that the one that Cole won that, didn't he? Oh, that match was so good. That match was so good. That was Cole. Wait, think who was in that match? Cole. The geezer's name who's gone now. Big bloke. Scary dude. Velveteen Dream was in it, I think. I can't remember who else was in that, but that was a good match. That was such a banger. That was a banger. Is that the one that got 5 stars in the Observer? Cole, Dream, Lars, Ricochet. Yeah. Lars Sullivan was the one I was thinking of. Ricochet, yes, of course. What a great match that was. I need to go back and watch that at some point. That was a banger. Out come the Raw Tag Team Champions. Riddle and Orton. Are we going to see the Alpha Academy match now? Still, I think there was. I think when I read it on the WWE website, I'm sure they said there was going to be Alpha Academy versus the Street Profits. I don't know if we're going to see that now. Don't know. Live is on another level, yeah. Ciampa match. Oh my god, yes. Oh, those mate NXT of that era. Those shows were just disgustingly good. Disgustingly good. You'd get like 5 matches, 2.5, 3 hours, and all of them would just all be utter bangers, complete and utter bangers. The only thing I've been to 2 NXT shows because I've never been to wrestling in America. I haven't been to America since like 2005. I think was the last time I went. I was a kid and I didn't go to any shows. But I went to NXT Takeover London. I was at that show at the Wembley Arena, and then I was at the second night of NXT at the Royal Albert Hall when they had when you had the tag team match between Undisputed Era and Mustache Mountain, where Mustache Mountain won. Another one of those things where like you watch it and you're like, that's a good match on air. It's a good show. Live was just something else. That crowd was just hot af. Second night. Match is underway and RK Bro taking advantage of the Usos on the outside of the ring. Taking it to them. Both of them off the announce table. Firing up the crowd as we go to another ad break. I was at both of those. Got camera side at London. Good times, yeah. I was in the 5th row for Takeover London, which was amazing. We want some. What was it? Not we want some Bailey. It's hey Bailey. Ooh, I wanna know if you be my girl. That when it went on for about 5 minutes. That was sick. And then yeah, the Royal Albert Hall show. I went to the second night. Me and my friend went to the second night, which was really good. Couldn't get to the first night. We just didn't have the time. We were both working, but we went to the second night together, which was sick. Shayna beating. Who did Shayna beat that night? Can't remember. Satamura wasn't Satamura. This was before then. I can't remember. The top, not yes, the top, yes. When this pre-exploding for number 10 at the time, Ty Dillinger before he went mega hot in the promotion, top knot wanker, as it were. That was great. Oh, because that was the one where Sammy came out partway through, and then he had a match. He had an untelevised match. Oh my god, I'm starting to remember it all now. And then you had You had the tag team match. It was what's the tag? You had the tag team title match was what is now FTR, and was it FTR versus Thingy, Enzo and Cass? There was a top note and a front ref pulled out. Yeah, it happens. It happens. It happens. I don't know if FTR went, because you had the before it, when you had the pre-show when they were filming for NXT next week, and you had Gable and why is my brain always loses just every piece of information I've ever known when I do these? Well, you know what I'm talking about. That was a great show. FTR versus Casanova. Yeah, it was. Which one's Dawson? Which one's Dash? Yeah, I remember all that. Itchiness. American Alpha. Thank you. Because wasn't it? It was American Alpha. Was that a 4-way? I don't remember. That was a great show. Asuka versus Emma. Because on the wasn't it the one before they had Asuka versus Dana, and then it was Asuka versus Emma that night. I remember that. Bailey versus Nia Jax. Finn versus. Is it Finn versus Joe? No. I might be wrong about it. Why was it involved villains? Yes, that's exactly what it was. Oh my god, yes. I remember there was we're back. Okay, bro, coming back after the Usos being in complete control. I remember right in front of me, at the end of my row, in the row in front of me was this little old woman, who I assume was dragged there by one of their younger grandchildren or whatever, and she sat there, sort of arms folded, not really fussed, just sort of vaguely watching, taking it all in, right? And then for some reason, when Finn Balor came out, she lost it. She went wild. There was nothing. She didn't react to anything all night. And then for some reason, when Balor came out, she started going absolutely hog wild for Balor. He came out in the Jack the Ripper thing. Mad. Yeah, you can see me in Asuka's entrance. You can probably see me a couple of other times, but that's the one I remember seeing. Because I had my mate watching it at home as well. He was texting me at the time, saying which one it was. It is Italian sensation Danny DeVito. You are 100% correct, sir. He's out here doing bits, as you can see, just looking over, making sure over there is covered. You know what I mean? Just letting the people know. Just covering all angles. Not getting distracted when I'm watching RK Bro versus the Usos in case any opponents approach me from that sort of angle. You alright, bro? How are you? He loves a bit of ravioli. He absolutely loves a bit of ravioli. He adores it, mate. He thinks the prices are a bit high, but he indulges in it. You know what I mean? It's his Friday night treat. He loves it. He lathers the sauce on. He's a saucy guy. Not sure how I feel about it now with how heavy I was. Listen, take it from a guy who's only got heavier, and Adam can back that. I've only got heavier. Love that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Take it from someone who's on camera a lot for West Ham stuff. Nah, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. The people, they don't know. Enjoy the food while it's there. The Usos pulling apart Riddle now. Like Randy in his prime. Picking apart the former UFC guy. Dissection from day one-ish. Ish. Mate, the love handles are jacked. They are hench, bruv. Those are some dense love handles, bruv. Riddle trying to crawl his way over to his boy Orton, can't quite make it, and basic error from the Usos, just pulling Riddle up Randy Orton's side. But a couple of blows, just again going blow to blow with a former UFC fighter and winning the Usos there. And now the Usos just locking on a cheeky submission. And then a big boot. Look at this. Look at this tag team action. There's no doubt these two can coexist. These two brothers, twins, been a tag team their entire careers. And look at this. This is what happens. This is what you didn't get in that 8-woman tag match earlier. They couldn't coexist. And now you're just seeing a machine, a well-oiled machine. Love that. And they are pulling apart Orton. They're pulling apart Riddle. Sorry, Orton's fine. He's pulling apart. Didn't help at Mania being huge. Love was time 6 for me. Yeah, well. Listen, you go Mania, you just have a good time. Do you know what I mean? Like Rey, who was in here earlier, he's going Mania. He's going to come back a different man. And that's all right. That's okay. Sometimes you just got to go ham. Sometimes you just got to go ham, enjoy yourself. You know? I back it. Last ad break, I believe. And I hope. Today I got asked to be a flower girl at someone's marriage. What does the flower girl role entail? Right? I'm not entirely certain. I haven't been to anyone's wedding in a long time since I was a wee child. What does a flower girl entail? I would back it. You know? And you have my word, if ever I get married, I'll ask you to be my flower girl. Again, don't know what that means, but you can do it. You know? Do you carry the flowers? Do you walk behind the bride with the flowers in hand? Because if so, what a job. I eat flower buds. Oh, right, okay. That role. All right, yeah, I'll back that. You got that. You got a good yeet on you. I respect it. Only once or twice deal, especially how much travel packages cost. Yeah, fair. That's very fair. Ray talked me through how much his was. Woof. Not for me. Not for me. I'd want to. Cannot manage that one. I'm not gonna lie. Cannot. As much as I would want to. Like, I'd want to go... Like, there were sort of vague ideas of going at one point, but it just seems like too much money. For me, specifically. It's what it is. I want to go to Wrestle Kingdom, but now New Japan sort of lost their heat a little bit. I don't know. Mania would probably be the funner one to go to because you could go to so many different shows as well while you were there, and you could go to Access. Like, it's more of like a thing. Like, if I was to go to like Wrestle Kingdom, you could go to Wrestle Kingdom. You could go to... Well, now Tifia, that's 2 nights as well, so you could go to both nights as that. But you know, you could go to a few other things. But like WWE is more like a whole wrestling weekend kicking off. You know what I mean? Did you pattern it up with good stuff? Okay. All right. Fair. I'd consider it. At some point during my life, I'm going to do it. I just don't know when I'm going to ever have that kind of money. You know? A poor guy. Poor guy who lives on the verge of central London. Not a good idea for the old bank balance, you know? Barclays balance. NatWest balance. And I got a hotel hard to keep, like that stuff. Yeah, mementos, you know? Not gonna lie, I didn't even know it was WrestleMania until I saw your tweet. But Adam, stupendous WrestleMania, as they keep saying. You know, it's all kicking off. You know, Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn in an Anything Goes match. It's all kicking off. You know, Stone Cold is on the KO show and maybe fighting, although They haven't said that officially. Cody Rhodes might be based. It's stupendous. He does. He looks like a toad. I'm not gonna lie about it. He's very toadish. He increasingly looking like a toad. It happens. We're getting a cheeky Alpha Academy advert for something here. For Snickers. I will say, putting Chad Gable and Otis together is like a Charlie Walsh wet dream. Do you know what I mean? Just two guys that I enjoy quite a lot, just being idiots together. Right back there. Adrenaline in my soul. Cody Rhodes is on the show. Yeah. Here he comes again to the mid-card. Whoa. My mama said when I was younger, I'm gonna be IC champ. Man looks like a mechanic from Snow. Someone's been hanging out with Jake. A big boot from Riddle into the corner of the Usos. And we might be about to get that hot Randall or Keith Orton tag. Here it comes. Do a barrel on that. Yeah, exactly. He's going for it. He's crawling for it. Can the Usos stop it? They hit the tag themselves. And in comes Keith. Big Omos-esque lariats. He's fit and firing. Oh, he went for the power slam. He gets tricked. But he tricks them with a secondary power slam. And then lobs the boy out. Although a nice roll up from the Uso. One. You ain't catching out the Viper like that. The Apex Predator. You can't catch him on a roll up. He's the Apex Predator. It's Apex. It's the top. Not happening, mate. And now he's looking for the rope assisted DDT. Oh, and a nice flip from Riddle. And this is why Michael Cole was here tonight. Vintage Orton. It's the only reason he's here. I just hope Vince doesn't dust off the polka dots against Dusty's gimmick. He must, like, in those negotiations, he must have all the power in the world to ask whatever he wants, right? He must do. I can't imagine it'd be anything but, here comes a championship win. I don't know when, but at some point. The Street Profits come out and beat up Randall Keith from behind. One of the three teams that are are facing off against each other at WrestleMania. Riddle exited from the ring, and now Boogs and Nakamura are getting involved. It's a schmoz, ladies and gentlemen, to end the final Raw. And Boogs starts pressing one of the Usos on the gorilla press into the ropes. Fingers crossed he got where he feels valued. That he must have got a crap ton of money. I can't imagine him getting anything less than a crap ton of money, and also probably, some assurances that he'll have at least some position in the company and won't just go straight back to where he was. RKO from Riddle to Dawson. And a bigger one on Montez Ford. And RK Bro, stand tall. And his Street Profits, I think probably at this point, full heels. Get it. And standing tall is RK Bro. RK Bro getting some instructions there from the ref. Yeah, you have to imagine he'll get at least a championship run or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're putting him on Raw, who definitely have less stars than SmackDown right now. Obviously, SmackDown is going to have Roman Reigns doing what Roman Reigns does. Yeah, it's going to happen. The Street Profits being brought back into the ring by RK Bro, who are probably going to hit one more double RKO because the show has ended a bit early. RKO to Montez from Randy. And now Riddle looking potentially for one on Dawson. The timing of the ending of this show was definitely way too quick, and now they are wasting time, ladies and gentlemen. Dawkins. RKO from Riddle. And now the song starts again as they run around and celebrate. We didn't get the Street Profits versus Alpha Academy in the end, which we were meant to get today. Would have been a good match. Just never got it. Never got it. Don't know why. Just didn't. Just didn't. So there we go. That is Monday Night Raw. For the last Monday Night Raw for before Mania. So remember, hey, if you haven't already, subscribe. Hit that little bell notification button because this week we've got a bunch of videos going up. A whole load of them, in fact, including watch-alongs for Raw, including watch-alongs for SmackDown on Friday night, and then for AEW, we'll be doing Dynamite on Wednesday, probably, although I've not decided about that one, but probably. And we will be doing Rampage straight after SmackDown on Friday. And then, of course, Saturday and Sunday live for both nights of WrestleMania. I will be here doing watch-alongs, so make sure to get involved. If you haven't already, subscribe, bell notification, all of that good stuff. And like the video because it helps. No worries, Josh. Thank you for coming by, bro. I appreciate it massively. Good, solid belt chat. Solid belt chat there. Yeah. And we've got a bunch of other videos. I've got a bunch of other videos that I've got planned to do this week. Whether I get the time to do them or not is another question. But I plan to do it. So come get involved. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. That was Monday Night Raw. A decent enough Raw. Weirdly paced at times, but you know, Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Omos getting a count-out win against the Viking Raiders from one move. Mad. See you all on at least Friday and for SmackDown. Cheers, everyone. Bye.